Hey Ben, how are you?
Pretty good, Emma. How are you?
I'm good. I've been thinking about something. Can I test it out on you, see what you think?
Sure.
What if Denison changed the general education requirements so that students who double major have to take fewer general education classes? 'Cause students who have two majors or three majors have a hard time balancing their GEs with classes that they take for fun and classes that they have to take for their two majors. Because there are 10 classes that students have to take, not including the oral communication requirement, foreign language requirement, quantitative requirement, and interdisciplinary requirement. It would be nice if, instead of having to take two fine arts, two sciences, two social sciences, and two humanities, students who double and triple major take only one of those from one of those categories. So that way, students can have a liberal arts education, take classes in a bunch of disciplines, but they'd also be able to take their classes for their majors and take classes for fun. What do you think about that?
Well, I have one question about that. It seems like the purpose of a liberal arts program is to expose the student to a wide variety of classes and courses of study, and that by allowing students to just concentrate in one or two area or two or three areas, it sort of takes away from that purpose and that mission, and sort of devalues the label of liberal arts,
Mm-hmm.
a liberal arts degree. So I don't think that necessarily that I mean, how do you defend that the college should be able to cut back on the liberal arts requirements and still call itself a liberal arts school? Maybe the people who want to just concentrate on two or three areas should try to go to another school instead of trying to change Denison.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because I know the administration said that the purpose of the liberal arts education is to take classes in a bunch of different disciplines, but isn't the in addition to the academic quality of the students life at Denison, isn't their how they learn also important? Because what if a student learns better in smaller classes where they can interact well with their teachers, have smaller group projects? That's that type of education that they get more at a liberal arts school like Denison. They wouldn't get that teacher interaction at a bigger college where there are fewer general education classes. So in a way, Denison's all their requirements and without bending to people who have two or three majors, in a way they're almost kind of punishing those people for wanting to study two or three different disciplines really in depth, because those people thrive better at a campus like Denison if they say, well, go to a bigger school where you don't have to take those requirements. It's almost it's being harsh on those students because how they learn is really important in addition to what classes they take.
Oh, well, thanks for clearing that up. That's a good argument. All
Mm-hmm.
right, well, I've been thinking about something too with the recent coverage of the election and the process that's led up to that. I've been thinking about how a candidate's religious beliefs have really become a central part of a presidential campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our country was founded, with the express principle of freedom of religion, and it seems like the candidate's religion has taken too large a role up in the campaign process and has become too big a consideration. To me, in this campaign, you could see that people like Mitt Romney, there have been heavy scrutiny over his Mormon faith, and recently people have been accusing Obama of being a Muslim, as if that doesn't qualify him to be president. It seems like unless you have to be a Christian or Protestant more specifically, except for JFK, to be considered for president. Even recently, that McCain and Obama attended a forum on faith hosted by a pastor, which seems pretty crazy that in a state that has religious freedom that they have to go there and answer personal questions about their faith and how that would impact how they govern. I think campaigns should be more decided on the candidate's character, their experiences, and what they'll bring to, and what how they stand on certain issues.
That's an interesting point. When you say that a candidate's character is really important, isn't their religion and their faith part of their character? And if they're campaigning, people want to choose the candidate that best represents them. And if religion is a really important thing to people, shouldn't religion be taken into account, even though that's not explicitly what the founders of the Constitution had in mind? But if religion's a really important part of people, shouldn't the religion of the candidates also have an impact on the election?
Well, I think religion can play a small role in the campaign. I think it's, perfectly okay for a candidate to say, "Well, I'm a Christian. I go to church every week. These are my religious beliefs." I think it's perfectly okay if they want to make that known. My main problem is just the heavy importance that's being placed on it. The fact that both candidates have to go to, well, not have to, but chose to go to a religious forum, not a forum about issues or anything like that, but a forum specifically for religion. It just seems ridiculous to me, especially when we have freedom of religion, that they're forced to answer these types of questions. I mean, look at it this way: in the working world, if you apply for a job and are rejected for, you can't be rejected on grounds of religion. And I think the same should apply to people seeking the presidency. I think you should, no matter what your faith is, I think it should be I don't think there should be just like heavy emphasis on that being a part of being elected. Well,
That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, I have some homework I need to go finish, but I'll see you in class tomorrow.
all right, sounds good. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.